and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Well, today, hope you're feeling grand and always when you would. Hi there, everybody. Today, people of the tube, we are looking at the Dave Murray signature loaded scratch plate from Seymour Duncan. Now, for the longest time, people of the tube, I have not liked Seymour Duncan pickups at all. I've encountered them a lot in the past. And my first kind of ownership of a Seymour Duncan loaded guitar, a proper Seymour Duncan loaded guitar, because I had my Duncan design pickups in my Squier Jaguar vintage modified, but they're Duncan designed. They're not technically full Seymour Duncans. My first experience with Seymour Duncans was the SSL ones that I got in my first ever Oswald, which I hated. And in all fairness, the guitars I've played in the past with Seymour Duncans, I've never particularly got on with either. They were always just a little bit muted for me. They just didn't do it. That all started to change when I got my Chapman Pro X. When I got the Chapman Pro X, I was like, well, apart from I can't be without that guitar ever again in my life. I absolutely adore it. I started to really like the way the ones in that guitar were. And it's got like two stacked single coils in the neck in the middle, and then it's got a humbucker in the bridge. I forget what the humbucker in the bridge actually is. But anyway, I started to kind of go, I really like that. And again, since I got the Pro X, that's been to every gig with me. It's done every gig with me, that guitar has. And it will proceed to do every gig with me, because it's just, I can't be without that guitar live. It's just insanely good. Like, it sounds amazing, it stays in tune, it looks stunning now. Like, when I got it, it wasn't really me. So I had to make some changes, But I always knew that guitar was, the moment I picked it up, I was just like, this is special. This is really special. And I didn't understand why it was, but... And who knows why certain guitars are special and some are. But anyway, I love that guitar to pieces. Anyway, that started my kind of like curiosity with the Seymour Duncan thing. Going, oh, actually, you know what? I really like these. They sound really good. And then my opinion changed again when I got my Adam Jones Epiphone signature. And that's got a Seymour Duncan distortion in the bridge. And... I fell in love with that guitar, and that guitar is still one of my... that's going nowhere fast as well, but... Well, I'll talk about it in a sec. So that changed my mind, and I was like thinking, ooh, I really like this as well. And for the longest time, PeopleTube, I've wanted to buy this. I've wanted to buy the Dave Murray loaded pickguard from Seymour Duncan, because I'm a Dave Murray freak. I love the man. You know what I mean? I don't talk about him enough, sadly. That's why I did a video dedicated to him and how much I love his playing and his tone and just the way he is amazing to me. And so after those two guitars, well, it wasn't initially after. What happened was I wanted to make the transition in the trio. I wanted to make the transition from single coils to humbuckers live, because some of the new trio songs and some of the old trio songs have dead stops. And the problem I was having, and also parts where the dynamic drops all the way down and does certain things. And the problem I was having with single coils, as much as I love single coils, and I'm still a single coil nut, I still think they're the best pickups known to man, especially Strat ones, was the buzz. It was taking away some of the dramatic stops and dynamic drops. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did. Dynamic stops and dramatic drops, or whatever it has said. I don't remember what I said. Anyway, brain fog today. So, yeah, cause it was just too buzzy, and it kind of was like, when the buzz is louder than what you're playing, and especially if you're trying to be quiet and all you can hear is, it's kind of annoying. It was stressing me out, because I was like, oh, I need to do this. So I was like, well, I'll try humbuckers. And I initially started with the Adam Jones. Last year, most of the gigs last year, I used my Adam Jones. Well, when I got my Adam Jones, I used my Adam Jones Les Paul. And I immediately loved how quiet, and how dramatic things were with the humbucker. No buzz, No kind of like craziness or this, that, and the other. No kind of like, none of that 60 cycle, 50 cycle hum or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, this is amazing. But as much as I love the Les Paul Custom, it's not a guitar I'm comfortable playing and singing with. If I was just playing guitar in a trio, which will never happen, that would have been fine. But because I sing and I want to be able to move, it's just a bit too clumsy of a guitar. And Strats are me. I always say it, but Stratocasters, and they feel like they're made for me. They're just so, when I pick up a Strat, I just feel so at ease with it and so comfortable with it. So I immediately went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the Dave Murray signature loaded Scratchplate from Simon Duncan and put it in a guitar, and that's going to be my live guitar. So I did, saved up, got it, and then I was like, what guitar do I put it in? Because my initial thought, I was going to put it in my main live guitar over the last couple of years, which has been my Fender ST62. But then I was like, I had a crisis, and I was like, I don't really want to take the original pickups out of that guitar, because that guitar sounds so good. And sometimes when you take pickups out of the guitar doesn't like it, and it sounds bad. And then when you put them back in, it doesn't sound as good as it used to. So I was like, I'm not touching that. And then I was like, well, what do I put it in then? I've got this amazing, I've got this really cool Scratchplate that I really want to try, and I really desperately to try. What Strat do I put it in? And I was like, racking my brains, I was trying to think. And then this guitar came up. So if you've seen a couple of videos, YouTube, this is my 1959 replica Strat that my good friend Scott, Golden Era Guitars, made for me. He did the body and the neck, and to make it look like an old battered up 1959 guitar that I played when I was at ATB once. You got all the finger wear and stuff like that. Anyway, I went, it's going in there. So I took the pickups. I had some single coil pickups in here. Took that out. I actually took the pickups off the Scratchplate the Dave Murray comes with, and it's really cool because it's got Dave Murray's signature there with the Iron Maiden sticker, which is just like ridiculously cool to me. I love that. And I mounted them up to the single ply guard that was already on here. And this Scratchplate is actually my friend Marjo's original Scratchplate that she gave me. And so this is hers. It came off a 50s Mexican reissue Strat, and she gave me this when I was in France. So that's I mounted it to these, mounted the entire harness and the pickups to this, wired it all up, and just fell in love. This is now my #1 guitar for live, and I don't see it being replaced anytime soon. It's just amazing. So much so, I've actually bought, what are they? Are they Goto locking machine heads, vintage style locking machine heads. So from the front, they look like vintage style Clousons, but on the back, they've got the winding thing. So they're locking machine heads because I want it to be as stable as it can be for live. And I've used this. I remember playing this at the first gig where I was with the Dave pickups in, the Dave configurator pickups, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so perfect. So what are the pickups? Let's talk about the specs now. So I'm just in love with Tube, and like I say, if you're gonna see the trio live in the next, I don't know how many years, this will probably be the main guitar I'm going to be playing, along with my Chapman Pro X. So, what are the pickups? So, we have two. I will read the side because it makes more sense for me to, and then I won't get it wrong because I'm an idiot. So, you've got a JB Junior in the middle, and you've got two hot rails in the neck and the bridge. And like I say, not being the biggest fan of Simon Duncan for the longest time, I was like dubious about even trying hot rails. I've never tried hot rails or the JB Junior. Never tried a guitar with them in. So I was a bit like, oh, if it's like, what if it's like the SSL ones? I don't like it. But that didn't happen. So these hot rails are insane. I love them to bits. Absolutely amazing. And the JB Junior in the middle is so cool. I remember Dave, for the longest time, had 3 hot rails. But having the JB Junior in the middle, I think just adds a little bit of a different voice, you know, and it's really, really nice for kind of clean stuff in the middle. You got a 5-way selector. You got the usual volume, tone, tone. The bridge humbucker is wired to the volume, to the bottom tone as well. The pots are Seymour Duncan smooth pots, custom made by Bourne's. Now I've heard about Bourne's volume pots, and everyone raised saying they're way better than CTS. And these ones are amazing. The way they glide, the way they feel, are insane. Are they better than CTS? I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see. Well, the 5-way switch is an electro switch, Oak Grigsby switch. I don't know what that is. And yeah, that's your lot, and it's wired up so insanely neatly. It's insane. My soldering on the jack socket and the earth wire to the volume pot was so shoddy. I was like, compared to the actual wiring, it was like, oh, it's unbearable. But honestly, POTT, I'm tempted to get another set and have another guitar with these 3 pickups in as well, because it's just insane. It really is. And again, now I've got the beauty of having a guitar that I'm so comfortable with, because I love this guitar to pieces. The moment I got this and assembled it, I was like, this is like insane. The neck on this guitar is amazing. It's got big frets on it as well, which I really like, which again, I didn't think I would like, but hey, here we go. It just goes to show, never ever think you know what you like, because you're going to constantly change. If you had said to me, maybe even 2-3 years ago, that in 3 years' time you'll be using a guitar with Seymour Duncan pickups, I would have said, no chance. But here we are. And I love that. I love the fact that you have to eat your words constantly throughout life, of going like, don't like that, and then later on in life you actually love it. Because these are amazing, and I'm just over the moon with this guitar. And I love the fact it's like a vintage looking guitar, but modern, if that makes any sense. Like I say, you've got locking machine heads, you've got the hot rails, you've got the really proper high spec pots and selector switch, and steel block tremolo, nitro finish it's just going to wear, nitro neck finish it's just going to wear, bone nut that I had a local luthier put in because the original was a little bit squiffy, but oh my god, it's just so perfect. And I've got Charlie on the back of on the neck plate as well, and I've got 4 springs in this one, POTT. This guitar, the tremolo in this guitar just likes 4 springs in parallel, so I've got 4. 5 was too much, 3 wasn't enough. 4 feels amazing. So yeah, anyway, POTT, that's far too much talking. Let me just run you through some of the sounds now of this scratch plate, and let you hear it. So I'm just going to go through some different sounds. I'm going to show you it totally clean. Basically, we're going to go through the Marshall MG today. Just let you hear it totally clean. Then with the golden plexi, then we just then the golden plexi will go off. You'll just hear the governor, and then you'll hear the governor and the golden plexi combined, and I'll do some other stuff. But my god, these pickups sound insanely good. I will show you the in-betweens as well. I don't use position 2 and 4, the out of phase ones, at all. I don't like that sound, but I will show you in, because I can't recommend these pickups enough. I really can't. This entire assembly, I always knew Dave had good taste, and this just proves it. Anyway, without further ado, let's plug it back in. Let's make some noise with this beautiful, beautiful guitar, which is just literally one of my favourite guitars I've ever owned. It really is. Ugh. Make some noise. Okay, but there you go. That's just some sounds of like, you know, the distortions and the cleans and the like the semi dirty kind of bluesy kind of tones. I can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. I can't speak right now. The response is just so smooth and so rounded and so. It's such the sound that I would want. It's insane. It blows my mind even more, POTT, because like I say, I have not been a fan of Simon Duncan for ever until very recently. Like I say, it's my Pro X's fault, but these are just fantastic. That neck humbucker is just to die, especially like let me see if I can get without killing everybody. That to me is just insane. Absolutely insane. How smooth response is on that one. It's so nice. And then the bridge humbucker, if I turn the delay off. It's just so fat, but at the same time, it really got bite. And it's not got like too much low end kind of thing. It's just perfect. And to be able to go. And it's just be dead quiet with that much gain is so good. And they clean up really well as well, POTT. I didn't show you that on the thingy. I want to show you that now because something really cool happens. So, live now with the trio, I'm basically just using the Marshall Governor 2 Plus for pretty much all the time. I kick on the DS2 and the Golden Plexi for solos, but most of the time, I'm just using one pedal. When I used to use my other guitars with single coils, I always used to combine the Governor with the Golden Plexi. But now, the Golden Plexi's off a lot of the time, and I just use the volume control, which is new for me as well. It's opening up an entire new world, and I love it. So, I normally, if I want to do kind of like quiet kind of stuff, I put the volume to about 3. And I get this gorgeous kind of like clean sound. And to me, it doesn't sound like a Strat. It doesn't sound like a Les Paul. I don't know what it sounds like. Gorgeous is what it sounds like, POTT. That's it. But then like, you can turn the volume up a bit more to like, say, 6. I'm starting to get into kind of like AC/DC territory. It's really starting to kind of gain up. And then 8 is really cool. 8's normally where I kind of have it for kind of like rhythm. If I'm playing rhythm, it sounds great for chords. If I go completely crazy, just whack it to 10. And it's never too much. Even on 10, it's great. And the way the pots feel, the way that, you know, those smooth glide pots are so nice. And again, you can get that kind of woman tone thing. If you go to a bridge humbucker, turn the tone all the way down. I just love it. And a really cool thing happens, POTT, around between 5 and 6 on the volume control, there's like an increase. It's like you've added an extra level of gain. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. And initially I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like that, but I love it. I don't know if that's true for all of these. I don't know if it's just the way it's reacting with this guitar. It's just the way these ones are. I don't know. But I really like the fact that you can go like between 5 and 6 and go. And it's just a little bit more of like an extra little gain thing. It really... Stick a fork in me, POTT. I'm done. And this guitar with these pickups is just perfection. It's exactly what I was looking for. Exactly what I was looking for. No ifs, no buts. And I just love it. Absolutely love it. And again, these pickups, this. Oh, good lord. Anyway, POTT, that's enough waffle, don't you think? Change key, let's go to D. Love them to bits, and they sound great clean as well. I just love the... They sound amazing, like, for soundscapey stuff, if you like turn the reverb up a bit. And these parts are so nice for volume swells. Evil. Literally evil. I can't even... no. Anyway, yeah. Dave. Oh. Absolutely ridiculous. I can see why he uses these pickups. I really can. Because it just... Oh my god. I need to go. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching POTT's video on the Dave Murray loaded pickguard by Seymour Duncan, which I am absolutely in love with. Contemplating saving up to buy another one, although I don't even know what guitar I could put it in because I don't know. But I just love it. I absolutely love it. They're so good. And again, in this guitar, it's just made this guitar. When I had the other pickups in this guitar, it was great anyway, but these have just... perfection. Absolutely. They say it doesn't exist, But I beg to differ. Anyway, thank you very much for watching POTT. If you like videos I do, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Links to that down there in the description box, as well as links to me Bandcamp, where there's me music, and also me Instagram. Other than that, thank you very much indeed for watching. Again, Dave Murray's a god, and I always knew he'd have good taste. I don't know why I questioned it. I just did, because you never know yourself. I take comfort in the fact that you never know anything. Anyway, I just love eating my own words sometimes. Especially when it's that good. Like, you know, for the longest time I was like, no, Simmer Duncan, I don't like Simmer Duncan. Just using Simmer Duncan now, Dave. Just goes to show, you never can tell, as Chuck Berry once said. Anyway, goodbye now, thanks for watching. See you later.